Do you want the inside scoop on exactly what happens if you're charged with DUI here in the state of New Jersey? Well, I'm about to tell you everything you need to know for someone who's been charged with a DUI in New Jersey. Hi, I'm Daniel M. Rosenberg. I'm a criminal defense attorney and the founding partner of Rosenberg, Perry & Associates. It is also my personal goal and passion to provide information and education about the criminal justice system before individuals become involved and entrenched in the system. And I talk about DUI all day long with clients. I also have a number of videos on our YouTube channel explaining different facets of DUI, but this video is specifically geared towards what happens in the days immediately following a DUI if you've been charged here in New Jersey. The first thing you need to know is that this is not a criminal charge. Okay, there's some good and there's some bad with that. The good is you are not subject to a criminal record. The bad is you are not entitled to a jury trial. So if you elect to proceed with this matter to a trial, you're going in front of a judge. And that is because DUI matters are quasi-criminal matters, and therefore they are heard in the local municipal court. The second thing you need to know is if you're charged with DUI, there's something called John's Law, which means that your car must be towed and stored before you can receive your vehicle back. The reason is there was an individual at some point who was charged with DUI, allowed to leave, and then after leaving, got in a motor vehicle accident, struck and killed another individual. As a result, John's Law was implemented in the hopes that that would avoid individuals who are intoxicated from continuing to drive. Next thing you need to know is that your matter is going to be scheduled relatively quickly, somewhere between 3 and 10 days of your initial charge. Sometimes a little sooner, sometimes a little longer, but that's typically the range. And that's because municipal courts want to bring you into court as quickly as possible and basically say, hey, what are you doing with this case? You're going to get an attorney, you're going to represent yourself. If you're going to represent yourself, we'll schedule this so you can come in and we can start handling the matter. If you're going to get an attorney, they basically tell you, go get an attorney. We're going to reschedule this matter within a couple of weeks. That'll give you time to get an attorney. They'll write us a letter and advise that you're being represented. All right, so at this point, what's your next step? You should be reaching out and talking to an attorney about what your rights are and what your options are. Because when it comes to DUI in New Jersey, even though it's not a criminal offense, the consequences are extremely significant. So let's talk about legal representation. When it comes to DUI, whether it's this firm or some other firm, you should absolutely have representation. And that's because the risks are significant. Once you have one DUI in your record, if you get a second DUI, the fines and penalties are increased. The likelihood of a license suspension skyrockets. Also, if you are driving while suspended for a DUI, you're subject to a criminal charge for driving while suspended for a DUI. That means if convicted, you are spending no less than 180 days in the county jail. So the next question most people have is, am I going to lose my license? I work, I need to drive for work, I need to get to and from. If I don't have my license, I'm not going to be able to go to work. I completely understand your concern. Here's what you need to know when it comes to license suspension for a first offense DUI. If you provided a breath sample and that breath sample is below a 0.15, then you are eligible for something called the interlock installment, which means that you will be able to operate your motor vehicle, but you'll have to have the interlock device installed on it, which means you'll be able to drive. You'll have a device that will require you to blow into it to ensure that you're not intoxicated, but you will be able to get to and from work. If we're talking about a drug-related DUI, first offense or otherwise, the interlock device does not apply, which means in drug-related DUIs, a license suspension is a very real concern. All right, so ultimately, what's a DUI going to cost you? Well, you're going to have a fine of somewhere in the range of $250 and $500. There's also a DWI surcharge of $125, another surcharge of $100, assessments of $6, court costs of $33, Safe Neighborhood Assessment Fund penalty, $75, Victims of Crime Compensation penalty, $50, participate in the Intoxicated Drivers Resource Center, approximately $300, $3,000 in motor vehicle surcharges, increase in your insurance, who knows what that's going to be, but this is roughly what a DUI is going to cost you, and that does not touch upon what you're going to pay for legal representation if you choose to hire legal representation. So I clearly can't tell you everything you absolutely need to know about your case because I don't know the facts and circumstances. I'm just trying to give you a thumbnail sketch of what you need to know in the first 24, 48 hours to help you deal with your situation and ease your stress level. Because there's things we need to worry about, things we don't need to worry about. And the other thing we need to do is focus on what we can control, because there's a lot of things that are going to be out of our control. Right now we need to narrow the focus to what do we need to worry about and what can we control to put you in the best position for the best possible result moving forward. So if you or someone you know has been charged with DUI, whether it's alcohol or drug related, please feel free to contact our office. We're happy to help in any way that we can. We'll take the time we need to evaluate your situation and give you blunt and honest advice. And if you like the contents of this video, please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if there's a topic you'd like to learn more about, please leave a comment below or contact my office. I'd love to hear about it. We are criminal trial attorneys. We have your back. That's what we do.